Hello, everyone, and welcome again to Pint Sized Guilt-Free Torah. We have the plague of the frogs mentioned in this week's Parsha, in the Torah reading. Now, where'd all the frogs come from? So people think, millions of frogs just kind of descended on the land at one point. But here's what the verse says. It says, V'yat Aaron es yado, and Aaron extended his hand al Mei Mitzrayim, on the waters of Egypt, the Ta'al Hatzvardeya, and the frog emerged. Well, so Aaron said, okay, we're going to have this plague of frogs. And then he extended his hand, and one frog, it says, that's the Ta'al Hatzvardeya, and the frog emerged. One frog. And it says, Vatchas es Eretz Mitzrayim, and the land of Egypt was covered with frogs. Now, how did one frog come up, and then all of a sudden it says the whole land is covered with frogs? Rashi quotes a medrash, and he says the following. He says, there was only one frog, and they hit the frog. Okay, they said that this plague of the frogs is going to come. So as soon as this one frog came up, they hit the frog. I don't know how big the frog was. It says, Vehi metazes nechilim, and it split apart, and more frogs came out of it. So they hit the frog, and then more frogs came out. And then they got upset, and what's going on here? Boom, and they hit the frog again, more frogs come out. They hit the frog again, more frogs. They kept hitting it until there were frogs all over the place. A great person called Stipler, passed away in 1985, asked the following question. Once they saw the first time when they hit it, that frogs came out of this one frog, multiple frogs came out, why did they continue to hit it? Why didn't they just stop? It's illogical. Just stop. Maybe you hit it once and 10, 20, 30 frogs came out, but then why would you continue to do it? And he said the answer is, that is the way of anger. It's not logical. The frog came out, I'm so mad at you. Boom, hit it. And then more frogs, I'm still mad. Boom. And even though you realize it's going against you, it's not in your favor that more frogs are coming out. That's what anger is. Anger is illogical. We've all been in that situation. Sometimes it's a marriage. Sometimes it's at work. Sometimes it's with a friend. And I just gotta speak my mind. I have to say it. And many times the situation could just go over in a day, and you'll be calmer, and maybe the whole situation will have settled itself, or you'll have a better understanding, or you'll understand why that person did that. Whatever the situation is, it will be much better than getting angry now. But what happens? We lose all logic, and we even know as we're doing it, I know I'm going to regret this, and I know I shouldn't do this, but boom, the equivalent of hitting the frog, and we get angry, we make the situation worse, we climb up a high tree. Anger is illogical. That's why the Talmud says that kol hakos, anyone who gets angry, ki'ilu oved avodah zarah, it's as if you served idols. Because at that moment when you're angry, there's nothing else in the world. There's no God, there's no purpose, there's no meaning, there's anything. It's just, I am mad. This person's holding up traffic. This person didn't pay me on time. This person didn't return an item. I am mad. Forget there's a whole bigger world out there, and there's a lot more going on, and there's a whole picture there that you don't see. And anger is illogical. And the more we realize that, the more maybe we'll be able to hold ourselves back and do what's best for us and our relationships by not just releasing the anger. Now, if you look in self-help books, they'll say it's just not good to walk around with anger. Now, that's true. But in Judaism, it's a lot deeper than that. It's the idea that I have free will, and I can choose. And every time I make a good choice, a good free will choice, I choose not to get angry. I am becoming a better person. I'm putting out there into the metaphysical universe that God has created. Wow, someone held back anger? That's a good thing. And you will be able to help the next person in that. But just the fact that you held back helps in a way that we can't see many times, because you get angry. It's as if you're serving idols. It becomes almost a religious issue. It's not just it's bad to take around anger, it's really a thing that's harmful to the world. And so the more we can hold back our anger, the better we are, and the better environment we create, and the better world we create. And Jews are put here to bring light into the world. And by refraining, we actually remove the darkness and bring a lot more light into the world. So all of us should realize, next time you see a frog, remember, they hit it and hit it and hit it. And the more they hit it, the more darkness came into the world. The worse things were, the more frogs came. Should have stopped, realized anger will not get us anywhere, and let me hold back. I can make choices in life, and my choice is I'll hold it in for a while. I'll talk it out with a friend, with a therapist, with someone else. I will get clarity in this issue. I don't have to get angry. Nobody has to. It's a choice. Have a great day.